All right, folks, we're about to dive into a little swing study with my guy, Pace Johnson here. Really good player, played at Cal, national championship team, still playing high level amateur golf, competing. My guess, I don't know, probably a +4 handicap. Really good player, really good player. Hits it very far, known for his distance. Okay. Been struggling a little bit lately with contact, just haven't, ball striking would be his forte. Hits it very far, shapes the ball really well, very creative. Lately, struggling a little bit. Haven't been able to find that little. Came across this video. This is from a few months back. Came across this video and I just had a couple ideas when I was watching this lower body action and kind of the sequencing and timing. So I was seeing was this left his left knee here. It's kind of staying bent. Wasn't quite kicking the ground as soon as I'd like. And honestly, for him, I know it sounds kind of weird. It's kind of just, it was like a little bit slow. Kind of just looked like he was getting a little stuck right in here. So what happened, pause. So Pace came in for a little session the other day. And after us working together, this was one of the final swings that he did. Just watching that flow there, I think is very fascinating. Boom. Far less stuck through here. Looks like he's moving way better through here. Boom. Pause. So then let's break it down a little bit. Let's see if we can. So I drew this right line kind of on his right hip to kind of show you or illustrate the lateral movement. So yeah, I'm not perfect and I'm moving a little bit, moving the camera angle. Be nice if I didn't move, but you know, it is what it is. So then we go down to impact. How far his right hip has moved off that line. Oh, geez. That's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. And then here's the other note. Look at his left knee. Look at his left knee and where his hands are versus his left knee. First off, his hands are higher. They're like closer in the middle of his thigh. So they're already moving up, which is telling me that he's releasing it sooner, which is what we were looking for. I think in the top one, he was releasing it late, hanging back and releasing it late. That's what was causing the high hits on the club face, the contact. Flushing it way better on the bottom one. But anyways, but just honestly more forward, which would just be an interesting note. Let's see if we can restart this and link this up a little bit. So let's see if we can link these up and watch them simultaneously here. A little off, a little off. Okay, I've got these linked up now. Now check this out. This is really interesting. We go back just a couple more frames. Okay, now we go. Whoop. Look what he's doing with his lower body. Doesn't seem like much, but look where his hip is. See how his hip is outside that line? It's a good illustration there. Oh, you can also see his calf is outside that line. Interesting, interesting. Now we go back. Boom, boom. See, I feel like he's slamming more up against that line or a wall and then coming off of it versus the top one, never really slamming up against it. Kind of like almost turning and then shifting late, which causes a weird sequence. Interesting to see where, look at the daylight in the right arm. Oh man, that's a very interesting position. So he's on this bottom one, what he's doing, he's landing more left. So when he's going here, so see how he's making this move from here. Oh, he just did it. He's doing it right now. He's going from here to there. Doesn't seem like much, but it's enough to give him this space. Now there's a little space in between that right arm, a bicep, and that line versus on the top. That would be hanging back. It's too late. You're toast. And then this is what I find interesting. So these were linked up at the beginning, right? Now look, he's gotten to the ball faster, which I think is interesting. Or just, I mean, when I started this, I said, when I was watching that top one, I was like, man, he's kind of moving slow. These were linked up. Now look at him. He's already to the finish. And especially to this point, he's released the club. Look how much farther the club has traveled. It's already on the other side versus where it is here. He's stuck. He's stuck down here. Look at the left knee versus he's already cleared out. Look at the right leg as well. Look how straight the right leg is. I think that's fascinating. If you were to look right here, or and as well as the right hip. If he could tuck his shirt in, but he swings so hard he can't keep his shirt tucked in because it keeps flying out. But if he could keep his shirt tucked in, we'd see his belt buckle is higher in this bottom video. He's standing taller. That's another common golf feel that a lot of professionals have talked about, of feeling high right hip. Big good thing. Helps you keep everything moving through there. Man, and then one of my favorite parts is then the finish, getting up into here. I think that this is awesome. I mean, just look at the difference there. And it was interesting because we felt the difference in that. Hey, whoa, I'm really feeling that thing come all the way around. Man, so many good things to learn from this guy. He's got a lot of good moves. Fantastic. Whew, man. Scary being this guy and then picking up more speed. But you know what? Often it's funny how when we're chasing contact, if contact is your North Star and trying to make that as solid as possible, really to do that efficiently usually adds more yards. So use contact as your North Star and see if you can add in a couple of these elements, especially this first one. You're starting that lawnmower, starting that generator, shift and then turn, shift and then turn. Boom. Love it. We could all swing more like Pace Johnson. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Oh.